Good afternoon and welcome. Had to put my smiley face on there because I was thinking a minute. Um, and welcome to Monday, September 15th. Can you believe it is already the middle of September? Oh my goodness. Just yesterday I was saying it was September 1st, but the days are just whizzing right by. So welcome or welcome back. And you are at Pat's Stamping Place. And I'm Pat Mayer, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Akron, Ohio. So I'll wait and see if anybody hops on. And while I do that, I'm going to show you the mini catalog. I didn't have my copy down here last week when I was on. It's full of Christmas and fall and Halloween, and I'm not quite ready to jump into those three things yet, although I do have some of the Christmas items out of here. So I will just do a quick, excuse me, look through. And if you would like to have a copy, please reach out if you don't already have a demonstrator. So we've got some peaceful days. There's a lot of scrapbooking in here, but those can also be transitioned to make cards and other items too, if that's what you would prefer to do. This one's pretty. It says quick and easy options. Again, a lot of cards and the scrapbooking, memories and more. Those are fun. Here's one that I have, Greetings for You, Mix and Match Ephemera. So you can just take a part of that. It's hard to see in here anyway, and put it on a card. So switching through here, we have some Merry Christmas, which is a large stamp, and then this is separate. A Child is Born. Those two do not go together. We've got some tags. Blossom Builder. We had something like this quite a long time ago, as I remember. Just kind of put that in there as something that can be made into, I guess, a lot of different things. Wishing You Joy. I love the font on this one. Okay, here's one that I did by the suite. So I'll be working with this. I've not even opened it yet to see all it can do, but there's a wonderful embossing folder here. Okay, I'm going to just flip on through here rather quickly through the Christmas. Okay, Peaceful Gardens, back into something that is a holiday, but not the traditional colors. Now, here is one that I'm going to dig into shortly. I just got it. I've not played with it yet. It is the Lights of Aurora. And when I was in Alaska, we had hoped to see the Northern Lights. And they were around, but we missed them, or you had to get up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. We've also been able to see them here in Ohio, which is quite amazing. So anyway, I love, love, love these papers. And that's a 6x6, not 12x12. Okay, now we get into some of the fall. Love the fall papers, trees, pumpkins. Thinking about things for the next season. And I think, if I've got my days right, that fall actually starts this coming weekend. Okay, Peaceful Days. Here's a cute little squirrel bundle. Words for the season. If you just need some new words to ramp up your holiday cards, this is perfect. And also dies to go with that. And here's one of my favorites, Snowy Delights. Who doesn't love snowflakes? As long as they're not on the ground. This includes stamps, dies, and the decorative masks as well. So I'm excited to play with those. Gingerbread. Oh, can you just smell the gingerbread? Here we have a hybrid embossing folder that will cut out all kinds of holiday greetings. 'Tis the season, Merry Christmas, magic, hope, holly jolly. Lots of things in there that can be used. And let's see, joyful tidings. That's pretty. I've not, don't have that. Magic and hope. Here we get into Happy Place, which is one of our $1 million achievers. Sharon Armstrong has this. Who doesn't like a happy place that looks like it's at the beach? Petal arrangements here. That's kind of cool. And then we just get to the index and everything more. So that's just kind of a quick lookout. Let's jump into what I'm going to do today. So if you saw the opening, I said I'm going to pair, P-A-I-R, pair the Perfectly Pears with, it's called Painterly Pears Sweet, but the stamps and dies are called Perfectly Pears. So it's kind of like a tongue twister. I don't want to say that too many times. But this is so much fun to work with. I just got it out kind of like yesterday, or thinking about what I was going to do. I had another idea and then I changed my mind. And usually when I change my mind, I come up with something a whole lot better than what was in my mind to begin with. But let's start off and show you this divine paper, which is what I think I mentioned in my preview. And so we've gotten a lot of it cut up already. But let me show you the color palette that we have here. Basic beige, which is hard to see in here, but basic beige is one of those colors that will go with everything. Darling Duckling, which has become one of my favorite new in colors as far as yellows go. Yellows and golds. Mossy Meadow, Old Olive. This one you can't see the color on it very well, but this is Petal Pink. And Secret Sea, my other favorite new in color, that deep, deep blue. So just quickly looking at the papers, we've got a background with the petal pink, backgrounds with the blue. It's almost so dark it looks black. I've got a whole bunch of these in here, which I'll explain when I get to another one of the papers. But let's take a look at the backgrounds on them too. Okay, now we get to the full pieces that I've not cut yet. Now this is one that is one of those where you can cut it in half and then in your fourths to get 6 cards with all of those different designs on there. And that's the back of that one. So you have 2 of each of these. Okay, let's get it back in there. Now this is one that you can pretty much cut it out as I did with all those pieces. These all will coordinate with the dies. With the pears, even these little pink flowers go there. So kind of saved that one, although I love this background. Let's see, we're kind of scrunching up our paper here. Here's a gorgeous one. And if you realize, pears come in lots of different colors too. Oh, I just love this. This looks like it, I don't know, could be some kind of fabric. And here's one more. So I just am taken away with these papers. All right, so what am I going to make today? I have things ready to go. Let's kind of move this up here so you can see what I'm doing. I'll show you a couple samples that I made. And I'm going to kind of go off on this same design. These are stamped and then cut out with the dies. And I love having this little crosshatch or lattice look there. That really adds a lot to a card. Can't see it too well on this one, but I'll show you another one. And then this was another one that I did, also pairing it with the arches. And this one, lattice is cut out with some of a scrap of one of the pieces of designer paper. So let's see what I have cut out here. So I have some of the pieces cut from the designer paper. And I said I was pairing this with the arches, pears and arches. So before I start with this, let's put some ink on the envelope. And with this, I'm going to use, let's see here a minute. Yeah, going to use the Secret C as the background, or on this. It's not really a background, but it's just the outline. Hi, Rose, welcome. Hey, are you back at work this week? I have your stamp set for you. Oops, I think I just messed that up. I guess I can't think and talk at the same time. And I'm just going to color that in. Yeah, I was thinking there was something else with that. Let me see. I think, I'm not sure. This is a little stamp. I wasn't sure what it was for. Maybe it goes as the center of these little flowers. Let's check it out. Okay, I will come and see you tomorrow. Are you there till about noon? Because it would probably be about 11 o'clock or so. I can give you a call. So we can chat later. Okay, I think, oh yeah. I think, I'm not sure. I wondered what these little dots were for. I guess they do go with those flowers. So let's try it. Okay, that makes it look better. Yeah, I'll give you a call when I'm on my way. I have coffee with friends on Tuesday mornings, and I can just head out your way when I'm done. Okay, that's not really very good, but I think you get the drift. However, I just now found out, because I thought that looked awfully empty. So now, to color that in, I'm going to use the Petal Pink blending brushes, or Stampin' Blends, excuse me. And because those bleed through, I'm going to put a piece of cardstock in here so it doesn't bleed through the whole envelope. I think that will go in there. That was just a scrap. And let's just start with the light. And the petal pink kind of has an odd color to start with, but when it dries, it's a lot lighter. So I kind of messed up on that. As I said, I was talking and stamping at the same time, and that was not working. Okay, but it looks pretty good. And then let's add some dark highlights to that. So, how's the beginning of your week going for you? As I said, I can't believe it's September and we are having absolutely beautiful weather. In the 80s. We desperately need some rain, but that's not coming until maybe the weekend. Okay, so we got our envelope ready to go. Now that didn't bleed through on there, but I didn't want to take that risk. So let's go with that. All right, what I have here is a piece of, not sure which one to use. I have basic white with a side fold. This would not need anything on the inside of it. And I have a piece of Mossy Meadow to go with this. And that is very rich looking. Okay, so it doesn't highlight any of the white. This would be the basic white. And then I have a Secret C arch, and I'm using the numbers, these are from the largest, third and fourth largest of the arches. And I think those are a must-have. I love the arches. They can be used with so many different things. If you noticed on this one card, I turned it upside down. You always think that this needs to be here in the arch at the top. Oh wait, I guess I didn't on that one. 27. Wow. And that's cool that you start the cards and then you finish them later. That is sweet. So glad that you had a good vacation. Okay, since I said that I was going to do that, I will do that. Let's turn this one upside down. And I think I'm going to put this on the Mossy Meadow. So I have the Mossy Meadow that is cut 11 by 4 1/4. It's good to make sure, it's good to know that you had an accomplishment there. Now this is the other side of this too, which would also be very pretty. But I love showing those colors. And this is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So let's glue that down. And this on this side with the Darling Duckling has the crosshatch of Petal Pink. So those two go together. Let's get my Pears going in the right direction. So you do have to be careful when you cut your paper if it's directional. And this one is. Oh, that is just stunning. Okay, so we're going to put this one upside down. And before I put anything together, I have parts here that I have cut out from the designer paper. Now, just so you can see the difference, it does. It could be a pocket. Very easily could be a pocket with something coming out of it, like money maybe. Perfect. Now, this is one that is stamped and cut out because it's got the black background on it, or the black line. And this is one that is cut out of the paper. So just out of curiosity, hope I don't mess it up, I'm going to add that background in the Secret C and see if it makes a big difference. Hope I don't mess it up. Okay, that's not perfect, but I think it does add a little bit to it. So now it's kind of hard to tell which is which. Although I can tell by looking beyond here. Okay, so I'm going to use the one that I just added the black line to. And for my other parts here, I have cut out of one of the designer papers the lattice, or whatever you want to call this, to put on there. So I think that really makes it pop. And then we've got some leaves, and I suppose those leaves can go on the back. So you still see the little part of the pear. And then this is also cut out of the designer paper. And those are the two pears together. So put that there. And this piece is one of the die cuts. And I've had trouble figuring out where it should go. So I'm just going to set that aside. And then these are extra. Now, the thing about having this in the designer paper is it does make a difference if you add the outline stamp to it, because it gives you that the part of the stem where the stem pops out. So I like that a little bit better. So I think I would add this stamp to the die cut pieces. Now, to make this pop a little bit more, let's add some color to this and pull in that Darling Duckling and give it some color. So always get some of that ink off of there. So it will make our die cuts pop a little bit more. I like that. So we've got that. Let's go ahead and add some liquid glue to that. Just a little bit. And let's put this, I think I'm going to put that in the front. And I'll decide if these are going to get popped up or not. Okay, along with this suite of products, we have some low profile sparkle dots in the blue, the green, and the yellow, the duckling. And there's also this gorgeous green and gold. It's actually called Mossy Meadow and Gold ribbon. And it's thin, it's beautiful. And it's what's nice about it is that when it folds like this, you like both sides. You've got green and you've got the gold. So I think I'm going to cut a piece of that off. And grab some scissors that I know will cut nicely. And not fray. Whoop! Uh-oh. Are you there? I'm having a problem here. Something happened. We had a little... Okay. Wow, that kind of fell over. And... okay, I guess I'm still there. Got a little background up there, I'm not sure. Something happened with my output here. Let me see. Well, that's going to work for now. Okay, I pulled, and my stand that I have my... You're still there? Okay. All right. So something seems different there. Okay. Something changed, but as long as you're still there, Rose, because I think right now it's just you and me. Somebody may be watching. Are you on Facebook or YouTube? Because I think red is YouTube. But anyway, there's a bit of a shadow up there on the screen. So we'll see how it goes. We're still here. All right. Yeah, everything just kind of fell apart. So let me something. All right. Okay. Yeah, something is different here. And I'm afraid to press. You're on YouTube. That's what I thought. So there's a little bit of a shadow there. I'm not sure if can you see my whole screen. But anyway, we're going to give this a shot here. I've taken a piece of ribbon that is about 7 or 8 inches long. And I'm just going to kind of do this. Put this on the back. So we've got a little bit of that. And The way I like to secure my ribbon on the back is to take a piece of tear and tape. Here, I'll need to do it again. And that works better than glue. And I can secure it and I don't have to pull the release paper off of the back, but it just secures my ribbon there. Okay, see if I can kind of recover this mess here. And I actually think I'm going to not put this on there as I had planned. Excuse me. And just go with that single beautiful pear. So let's do this. Let's add dimensionals to the back of this. Okay, it's time to use the edges of my dimensionals and grab some mini dimensionals. Where are my minis? Here they are. For the leaves. Okay. There we go. I like that. And because I popped that up, let's add liquid glue to the back of this, as well as the piece of Secret Sea. I like turning this upside down because now I've got that curvature at the bottom of both the single pear and the arch. All right. Now another thing this pear grouping would be good for is anniversaries because of pairing things together. So just another thought there. Okay, let's add some bling here and let's see. I think I'll go with the blue. I had not used the blue yet. You see a shadow on top. Okay, okay, everything is blocking on the bottom. Okay, that's what I can't get rid of because I don't know what got pressed. So I apologize for that. But when that fell over, it actually hit me in the head. I can't get rid of that. So later on, I may just redo this. I'm not sure. So my apologies. That was almost a true disaster. And if you can't see what I'm doing, then it kind of is a disaster. So it's blocking everything on the bottom. So let's see if I can put this close up at the top. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's a pretty card. I will bring these and show them to you tomorrow, Rose. So what this needs then is a piece of basic white on the inside. Since I decided to use that, and so let's cut this down to 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, just watch through the chat words. Oh, goodness. If it's not one thing, it's another. And pop this inside. And on this one, I'm going to omit a sentiment on it because I think I may want to use this for something else coming up. The sentiments in here are congratulations, a good friend is a gift, which I love. Hello, thank you, friend. Okay, so with that on the inside, let's take one of these little pears and I'm going to trim one of those off of there because it came from the edge of the paper and I didn't want to waste it. So I'll put that in there like that and glue it down and we'll be good to go. All right, so there we have it. There is our pear. There's our envelope. And these were the other 2 cards. And I just love them. So sorry about that, whatever is going on, but maybe I need to learn how to undo something when your stand falls over and hits you in the head, because that's what happened today. So I'm going to leave it at that. And hope you have a great rest of the week. The weather's supposed to be pretty perfect through, at least through the week, maybe the weekend, but we desperately do need some rain. So take care, have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.